Do you want to hang sconces in your home but don't have the wiring for it? Well, this product right here is going to make your life so much easier. So hey, what's going on guys? I'm Ryan, the random DIY guy, and today's project is going to be installing sconces on each side of the fireplace without cutting up a ton of drywall. So we currently have a switch box on the right side of our fireplace, but traditionally to run new wiring for fixtures, I'd have to go ahead and cut a ton of drywall or go down the basement, make a bunch of cuts, a lot of holes, and run a lot of wire to get it from that switch to each of the fixtures. And there's insulation in those walls, so that's gonna be even 10 times harder. So after doing some research online, I came across this product called RunLessWire, and this is a wireless switch and a wireless receiver kit, and this makes it a lot simpler. So all you have to do is go ahead and mount this wherever you want it. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on our current switch box, but you don't need power to this. This is wireless, it doesn't have batteries, it just sits on the wall and does its thing. And then you have this receiver that I'm gonna go ahead and wire into an outlet so I have hot power, and then I'll wire this from that hot power straight into the fixture so it can be all controlled wirelessly from the switch, which allows the power to go to the fixture or not. I'll explain that more in just a second. All right, so I do want to take a little bit closer look at the RunLessWire wireless switch kit. So this is a wireless switch, has no batteries, it works by kinetic energy. So when you press this button, you might be able to hear that little bit of a click on the camera. That creates enough energy to send a radio frequency signal to the receiver to turn on the fixture. The receiver itself is hot wired into power. So this is an extension cord here I have plugged into an outlet below. It goes neutral to neutral and then black to black. And then the blue line coming out of the receiver is your black or your hot for your fixture. So that's controlled by that. This is a really cool, unique kind of setup. Again, I have a 2 receiver kit since we're doing 2 fixtures. There's a ton of endless possibilities. You can get ones with multiple switches. So there are a lot of different applications in your home. I think it's really awesome. So thank you to RunLessWire for sending this out and sponsoring this video. Go ahead and head down to the description below to check out the link in the description to get one for yourself and save 10% if you're interested. So what do you say we get into this and let's get our sconces on the wall. Okay, so I have marked our box location centered on this wall and then between about 60 inches off of the floor. Sconce height is typically between 60 and 72, but it's all subjective. So that's where we're gonna go. We'll go ahead and drill our hole next, and then we'll be able to drop down the wire, work into there, and wire in our receiver, wire in the fixture, and we'll be good to go. So I just turned off the power in here, so now I can go ahead and take this outlet apart so we can wire in our switch box and receiver. Now that the power's off, we can jump in and remove that outlet by undoing the wire nuts, straightening out those wires, and then we gotta get the box out of there, which is a little bit more difficult. But I like to use a small pry bar and pry against the stud, push it into the cavity, kind of get those wires out of there, in there, and then pull the box back out. Okay, now that we got the old box out, we got our wires here. We're gonna be putting in a old work box. So this has little tabs that will pop out when we turn these screws once we get the new wire in here. So then we'll just be able to wire everything up inside of here and get that fixture power. So this was a little difficult, but I fished the wire down through the wall so I had the outlet box and the fixture box. Now that we have our wire where we need it, we can go ahead and add in our old work electrical box. So I stripped that romex and then pushed it through, tightened 3 screws to bring the tabs tight to the drywall. And now I'm going to add in that receiver and get it ready to wire everything up. Then of course I added the mounting bracket for our fixture and made sure that it was level, because if you don't now, you'll see it later once the light is hung. It's time to make all of our connections, so I tied together all of the grounds, all of the neutrals, and then the black hot goes to the black receiver, and then the blue from the receiver goes to the black on the fixture. To wrap this up, I pushed the connections as far as I could into the junction box and then used the 2 little screws to mount the fixture, and I added the light bulb just because. Next, to get our outlet back wired up, I went ahead and stripped the romex on our new line and then added everything into an old work electrical box. I should mention this job is a lot easier with those extra deep old work electrical boxes. It just gives you a little bit more room to push those wires into the back of this box and make the connection. But once you have those where you need them, you can put all your neutrals, your hots, and your grounds together. That way, we can wire back in the outlet and get it all tidied up. Then I pretty much completed the exact same process on the other side with just a few modifications. And now it's time to get the new switch in. So I took off the old cover plate, got rid of the fake switch, and then added our radio frequency switch just in with the rest of them because I wanted it to blend seamlessly, and then put everything back together. Now for the moment of truth, we have our fixtures on the wall with the receivers wired into those. I put my wireless switch over here with the rest of them. And check it out, just like that, we have 2 wireless sconces. I have to say, I'm really impressed with the quality of the RunLessWire kit. As you can see, it's super quick and responsive, just like a normal switch, so that's awesome. In addition, it made the job a lot easier. Instead of having to run wire from the switch to both fixtures, I just had to run the wire again from the outlets below up to the receiver and into the fixture. So if you are interested in getting a kit for yourself, again, head down to the description below, click on that link, you'll save 10%. They have a ton of different kits available depending on what you're looking for, so definitely go check them out. Thank you to RunLessWire for sponsoring this video, and if you have any questions, be sure to put those down in the comments below, and I will answer those for you. If not, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys around next time.